In today's video, we talk about confidence, how we develop confidence, how we learn confidence. These are all my takes and ideas and tips and tricks on developing confidence and what that means and looks like in painting and in just creating in general. So stay tuned. We talk about confidence. Pop in your comments if you have anything to say about that, how you developed confidence, or maybe questions on how to develop your confidence. Let's talk about it. Hi friends, welcome to today's video. I just sprayed my water and my cat got freaked out, so she ran away. Welcome. Today we're working on a 30 by 60 inch canvas. This is the same size I worked on the last slide video that I did. This is the washed layer, or the underpainting. I thought we'd just get straight to it today. I watched a video the other day and the ladies talked for about 10 minutes before she got started on baking her bread, so I was fast forwarding, going, get to the point. So, taking the cue to get to the point. So again, this is the underpainting, the wash layer. I do like to do all the edges, including the top edge and the sides on the live video. That bottom edge, I do paint it, but I do it off camera later. Just want to reach the top edge, so we're going to lower down for a minute. And then I'll show you the reference picture that we're working with. Now, these are not instructional videos, like I say, but people tell me they learn things by watching. So if you have any questions, let me know. Today's topic, like I like to choose lately, a topic for the day, we're going to talk about confidence and all the things around the word confidence, especially in creating, and what that means and what that looks like. So often people ask me, how do you develop confidence in painting, for example? Where does that come from? How do you develop it? One pause from the word confidence. So we did the pink, it's a magenta color, and now we're coming down in with a medium violet. We're kind of wet on wet, kind of blending those two for the horizon line. Oh, and before we get into the topic of the day, confidence, let's show you the painting I'm working with here. So I did a painting a while back, a square piece. So I took the square piece and I transposed it to do it here. This is easier. I'll put a gonna do. I'm gonna show you this. So this is the painting I'm working from on my trashed iPad. So I'm gonna take this image, I'm gonna change the colors a little bit, and I'm going from square, transposing it to landscape. Okay, I unplugged it, plug it back in. So back to confidence. One of the ways to build confidence is practice. It's practice. You don't just have it, I don't think, most of us. It's a skill to develop. And it takes practice and time. And so what do I mean by practice? Well, practice in your daily practice of painting or creating, well, however you're creating. It's that repetition, right? Going back to it all the time. Like they say, 10,000 hours and you're a professional. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but 10,000 hours is 10,000 hours of practice and time into it. So, when you are watching a painter or a musician or someone doing something really well, and then you take a crack at it and say, I can do that, and it doesn't work out the way you hope, it's practice. So, if you took a crack at it once or twice or 10 times, and go, how come I don't look like that, or sound like that, or paint like that, or it's practice. This is where skill, you can have all the talent in the world, sure, but if you never practice, it's tough to feel confident. Oh, that's the wrong color. I'm talking and I'm not paying attention. So practice, practice, practice builds confidence. Another way, so I was doing an art event a long time ago with this big of an event. It was an outdoor festival, and I watched the artist, newer artist, I think first time ever showed his work, and talking to people about, you know, his art. They came up and asked him questions, and he had no idea what to say. And he felt like he saw me, I'd been doing it, got inspired, painted a bunch of paintings, did this art show, and he noticed that he didn't know what to say when people came up to talk to him. And that's how I started too. It's practice. That's back to practice. And learning what to say. Who knows what to say? Be great at it the first time? Maybe. But maybe you need some practice. Talking about it. So, when people ask you questions and they're coming up to you and ask. Okay, sorry, video froze. We're back. We're talking about confidence. So the fellow I'm talking about, who first time showing his art, didn't know what to say, and then I watched people say nice things about his art and ask questions, and then he went around and told them all the things that was wrong with it. And I was like, well, so we talked after, and I said, you know, if someone's saying they love your art, don't give them a reason to not love it. And he was giving them all the reasons to not love it with all the excuses and things he didn't like about it, and oh yeah, I should have done this, and oh, I wish I did this instead, or whatever. I'm like, you just chase those customers away from looking at your work because they started to agree with you. I find people agree with you. If you have good answers for your art, it shows some confidence in why did you choose those colors? Why did you choose that subject? Tell me more about that. So for example, for me, when people ask me, why do you choose nature? Why do you paint flowers? And why is that kind of what you stuck to for painting? And I have a good answer for that. And my answer about that is, I feel like I have, like anyone, we have things to say, and I use art and I use nature as my voice on canvas. The colors I'm painting with, the themes the scenes, the subject of nature, and the textures are all saying something, And then I take it and tie it all together with the name of the painting. And this helps it all pull together. And it's not just a pretty scene of, this is going to be mountains, lake, some trees and flowers. It's about what's the painting saying. And I do that by talking about it to people who ask me questions, like we're here talking about it now. So this is another way, learning and practice talking about your art very much helps with confidence. So we can talk about that if you have comments on maybe if you're struggling with confidence or how you found some confidence. And it's not like when you find confidence, you're like, I've arrived and you can feel ready, but also there's always new things to learn. There's new things to discover and develop. Okay, I'm gonna switch now to so that was done with a 1-inch flat brush. We're switching, no, 2-inch flat brush. We're switching to a 1-inch flat brush now. Now I'm going to, first of all, lock in where I want my horizon line to be. So I'm gonna dip with my brush into some brown and some green. I got some medium brown and some dark green. And we're gonna have like 1/3 water, 2/3 trees and sky. And I don't tape it out, I just kind of roughly put in where I want the water to be. And it's not a straight, perfect line, but maybe it goes up a bit here and across like this. I'm gonna just raise the easel a little bit. So I think you show confidence by being confident in your answers and explaining your art to people and not apologizing for all the things that you feel like are wrong with it. That's for your own brain. People don't need to think and start agreeing with you why your art is not what you want it to turn out to be. All right, now we're going to take some gray, some white, and we're gonna start drawing in some mountains. So these are in the back. So we always I kind of block in where I want the mountains, and then I'll put my sky in next. Oh, there's my cat. There's Ellie on her chair. Right there. Boop. Where do I do this? Right here. Her name's Ellie. Okay, so holding the brush at the end like this helps with control in that we don't want it to be perfect. We just want the natural look of the mountains. So if you have a question about confidence, the questions and stuff aren't loading right now, or unless my video's just, hopefully you can hear me okay too. Okay, back to the mountains. We I kind of go fast, kind of go slow, kind of don't do a straight line. And then trees are going to come up in front of this, so it's not exact. So they kind of look like they're floating. A little bit of light pink, a little bit of white. Maybe we come up like this. Maybe there's another mountain over here, kind of in front. And then the trees will be up in front of this section here. Pull in this forward a little bit. Maybe there's a little valley right here. Cool. We'll fill those in later. Now we're taking back to our 2-inch flat brush. You're all quiet today, unless I'm just not seeing the comments coming in. So these videos get posted also on YouTube. They stay up on Facebook for 30 days, and then I transfer them over before 30 days, but I transfer them to my YouTube channel. So you can watch them in there, and all the materials that I use, the painting palette, the famous silicone palette knife, brushes, paints, easel, paper towel, even are sold. Also, if you go to the top description of this video, you will see links to those materials that you could purchase as well. So now, sky time. Sky time. We're gonna mix some white, some azurite hue blue for our sky, a little bit of purples mixing in there too, that's okay. Now we're gonna go right into it with this much. And we're gonna start putting in our wispy sky, just with these kinds of strokes. Now we don't cover all of that undertone. Because it's wet on wet though, it's pulling through to the next layer. There's a bit of yellow on our brush. Happy little accidents are welcomed. Little white, little blue, little purple. Tag a friend maybe who's never seen my videos. Invite them to watch along with you. Get a little thicker. Oh, some yellow kind of popped in there. That's fun. Then we get some blue, a little more blue for over here. Now I have a fresh palette, meaning I changed the sponge and the paper, so it's very wet right now, so not as thick as it usually is. That's okay, it just makes different textured paintings. I'm not super careful of how little or a lot I touch the edge of the mountains. We just kind of play with it, push it around, do the edge. And confidence also is not necessarily claiming that you're the best at what you're doing. I want to be my best at what I'm doing. But it just takes, again, lots of time, lots of practice. I paint every day. It works out to about every day. I mean, I had the weekend, we had our son's volleyball tournament, so wasn't painting on the weekend. But if I'm not away on a volleyball tournament somewhere, I'm probably painting. Again, we're holding our brush pretty loose at the back, the end of the handle. Now I've talked to people of all ages about confidence, and it's maybe a little bit like if you were fortunate as a child to be in an art class with an art teacher who told you how great you were, then confidence may have come sooner and stayed around a little bit longer. I was fortunate to be one of those people. Most of the time, I heard good things about the art I was making and was encouraged. I think I learned pretty early on in my life, although we all have those people, who are difficult to be around. Still learning, it's a lifelong process, to surround myself with people who make me feel good about myself as much as I can, that you feel good around. When you're around toxic people, that doesn't help your confidence very much. So I need to reload my white. I'm not seeing the comments, I'm not sure why. Usually I see everybody's things coming in and sometimes it freezes on me. So if you have questions that I'm not answering right now, it's because I'm not seeing them ticker in, but I go back and I answer questions after I go off camera. Guys, to do live videos, you gotta be really good at talking to yourself. So we're gonna load some white. This is a gel mix of medium that we add to our paint. Not all the colors, but it tones the color down. It makes your paint go further. It adds shine. That's not what I wanted to open. I wanted to open the white. Let's open the white. So this is what we got so far. We've got the sky going on. We're just gonna add a little more texture, a little more color. Stir, stir, stir. I don't measure. I measure with my heart. So I do measure, just with this, not with actual measuring tools. You were hoping for a live tonight. Fabulous, Sally. Thank you. Well, I'm glad that you caught me here. So I kind of like it messy. I like the messy sky. I like what I've got going on here. With a paint is thinner like that, it's a little bit easier to apply the wispy sky technique. So I like what I have going on. The top edge, I think we can just do this. We'll just quickly bring it in. Back to some blue and white. It's easier to continue the painting around all the edges when you've already got the color mixed. It's tougher to come back later to do this because it's hard to get the actual color. I do it all the time, but it's just easier. Let's pop it back up onto the higher ledge. Okay, now we got this, we got that. Let's do a little bit of, I'm not even gonna clean my brush. It's still got some blue and white on it. Put some gray. We'll start with the furthest mountains. Pop in the gray mountains, leaving some of that pink undertone alone. I'm not gonna cover all of it. And it's quick strokes. We don't fuss over it too much. Get a bit of white. Do a little bit of pink, orange, white. Good. We'll do that mountain next. He's kind of back here by himself. And don't worry if you cover up too much of that pink. You can always come back, put some more pink in. Another way to develop confidence is practice painting photographs, because then you develop your voice on canvas, your style of painting. So if you paint people, for example, paint from a real life photograph and then paint your version of it and then have a good answer for why do you paint people? Why do you paint this type of people? Why do you paint cowboys or celebrities? Or so you're having an answer of why, instead of try to get away from, I just like them. Try to have a great answer. You know, I love to study people for this reason. I love to study their eye colors, and maybe I feel like people have lots of things to say in their stories through their faces or whatever, I don't know. But just having a reason, have an answer to your why. Why do I do this? And it's more than just, I like it. How does it make you feel when you're painting them? What do you want to say when you're creating? Believe it or not, we all have something to say. And you can say it through art. If you feel really strongly about something, art has a way of sharing it, but maybe not in such a maybe in your face way, although art can be definitely in your face. I'm going to come back in with my knife for the mountains, but this is kind of basically what I wanted so far. Let's go in with the knife now. This is our palette knife. So yeah, if someone says something to you about your art and says, that's beautiful, agree with them. Say, thank you, I'm glad you like it. What do you like about it? And get them talking about your art, and this will help you say what you like about it. If you have no idea what to say about it, listen to what people are saying about your art. And these are ideas and tips and clues and cues you can use for yourself when you're talking about your art. And it takes practice and time. You might not know what you want to say or are saying through your art. But it's great to show it, because when you're showing it, you'll hear comments. And maybe you'll start to hear a theme of, oh, I really noticed this in your art, and I noticed this and this and this. And you can use that in your statement for your art or your music or whatever you're making. You can use that, those things other people are saying, as ideas to talk about in your art. So I'm just lightly putting in palette knife texture, and it just changes the mountains. Just changes them just a little bit, gives them a little more zhuzh them up a little bit. We'll go over here, some texture, some rockiness. I'll come back with my brush, and we'll come back in with the gray. And then maybe we'll do some green, because green and gray, pretty soon our trees are going to come in here. We've got quite a bit of bushy trees to pop in. Maybe it's like bluish too, so let's kind of like blue and purple and white. I'm digging it. Now, back to our knife, pulling in the rockiness of these mountains. Now, someone said to me, why are you putting snow on the mountains? And then it's like a summer scene. There's no snow on mountains in the summer. I'm like, well, where do you live? Because where I live, there is snow on the mountains year round. So, in confidence, in the theme of that, knowing that response is, well, where I live, there is snow on the mountains year round. So this also helps with comments that might feel a little jarring and not really sure how to answer, but I know how to answer that one, because where I live, there is snow on the mountains year round. So there'll be flowers growing, but because of the elevation, there is snow on the mountains. And I want to say, be cheeky and say, well, when you make your painting, you can paint yours without mountains. So, yeah. So I'm just continuing on with this snowy peaks here, but then we're going to get some greenage going on. Now the photo I show you is a guide. It is not necessarily exactly what I'm going to paint because I don't like to paint, well I can't even, the identical piece again. You don't want to do that. That painting already exists. It has a life of its own. Let's give this painting some standing in this world for itself. It needs its own identity, I guess. How about that? Okay, we're gonna put the knife down for a minute. Is that what we want to do? No, let's hold the knife for a little longer. Let's put in some trees, starting with this like deeper sap green with a bit of green gold. Yeah, my comments are locked, but that's okay. I'm sure that I'll be able to see them later. So now I have like sap green, I have phthalo green, I have green gold. So I'm using the edge of my knife and I'm just gonna tap in. First I'll do some lines for like the sparser trees. And I'm kind of using the edge. Can you see what I'm doing there? Yeah. And then maybe there's some bushes down here and we can just tap, tap, tap. Tappity tap, tap the bushes and create this sort of bushy forest here they'll have some rocks too. This is Impressionism, so if you're here for realism, you're in the wrong place. But if you love realism and you're curious about Impressionism, stick around. Just creating texture. I'll come in and kind of make a little more defined trees in a minute, but right now we're just kind of putting in some bushes. We got brown as well. I've kind of run out of my favorite brown. I have a little bit left. And then we go this way. Kind of start putting in a more defined tree there. Pull in the brown this way. Maybe we have some light pink. Moving across the canvas, some white, some gray. There's a bit of a rocky surface here. We'll keep going across with this green. And some of our trees are higher. I wouldn't say I've always had confidence. I would say I developed confidence with practice. Do I always feel confident? No. Does anyone always feel confident in life? Probably not. But maybe share ways that you've developed confidence, or maybe you need a little boost of confidence with some things that you can try and do. One thing to do is put your art out there. Put it out there for people to see. If you've hidden it away, first of all, art is meant to be shared. It is not meant just for you. So if you are afraid to show your art, I'm going to tell you right now, get over it. Because it's a beautiful thing to share. You've been given this thing that you love doing, that are talented at, that you're good at, other people will enjoy. Share it. And yes, some people will not like it. That is the world for you. That is the reality of humans. There's no way around that. But it's our choice to allow fear to stop us from sharing, and I say that's a shame. It's not worth it to be afraid and then locked in fear and then not ever sharing your writing, your poetry, your songs, your woodwork, your baking, your paintings, the music you write, the things you paint, the book you're writing, isn't just for you. It is meant to be shared. This will help build confidence. So if you're waiting for the confidence to come first, and then you will share it, it's actually the other way around. Practice develops confidence. It's the practice. So that's how it comes. It doesn't come waiting and hoping for it. Action creates confidence. Can I get an amen? Hope you guys can hear what I'm saying. Wouldn't that be funny if this whole time this video is like silent? Okay, what am I doing? I need to add some deeper brown. Noticing I'm losing out. I have less brown than I need, but we'll use some of this. I'm waiting for an order to come in and it's taking forever. So we'll use some of this right now. Ooh, it's drying in the jar, and sometimes that happens. I had a problem with the paint order and it kind of came pretty solid, so I had to return it. I'm waiting for some new brown. Okay, back to our knife. So it helps to stand back and have a look-see at your art from back here to get some perspective. So these are kind of the bushes in behind, and then we'll add some more foreground trees. But some of them are leaning over, right? They're not all straight up and down. Maybe we've got one kind of like that. Some sticks laying down in the forest. So yes, we talked about developing confidence and how that comes with practice. And how do you get over the fear of sharing your art with the world, whatever art form that is? It is practice. There's no way around it. Everybody's got to go through it. You listen to actors. I listen to actors on podcasts a lot, and they talk a lot about getting over the fear and the fear that they face when they're auditioning for a movie. And it's amazing to hear the honesty of how scared people are to do something. But then we get to enjoy these beautiful movies and music because they chose to take their gifts and talents and put it out there for people to enjoy. So if we all hid away, we wouldn't have art to enjoy. This part takes a little bit, but before we know it, we'll have moved all the way across and we've laid down our line of a forest line in the mountains. I'm kind of using the edge, I'm using the side of the knife. We're just tapping it in. Now down here I have shorter, further away trees, more distant trees, so let's just be mindful of that. Maybe I switch to my fan brush and I grab the paint from my palette knife, and we mindfully drop in some trees. Put that knife down for a second. Back to deep brown and deep green. we'll use our fan brush and just tap and pull up, drag, pull up. Do that over here a little bit. Tap, 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 drag, pull up, drag, pull up, tap, tap, tap. Kind of pulling in this edge of the water with our fan brush, because pretty soon we will put in the water. Tap, tap, tap. Get closer with the, see if you can hear it with my, do you hear the tap tapping with my microphone? I'll see if I can get it. It's a satisfying sound for me. When you use the side of your fan brush to tap tap, you create these bushy look. Okay, we'll go back with our our palette knife. I didn't get as many as I wanted down there, so let's just grab our 1-inch brush and come in here. And then we'll pull in some, because it's still wet on wet. Drag in some more trees. Now these are just the trunks. And then we can tap, tap. Need more green. Need more of that dark green. Where is it? Right here. So this painting will be in the comments of the top of this video when we're finished. I'm going to pop it in the comments with the size, the price, the name, and it is for sale. So if anyone's interested in it, you can send me a message. I don't usually put them on my website really fast. That's my husband's job to photograph it for me and get it on the website. So usually it takes us about 3 to 7 days after the video, but I do post pictures of it here in this exclusive video for you to see. I want to pop in a little bit of green, some lighter green trees in the front. We don't want them all the same color and tones. Kind of, the lighter trees kind of pull in some highlights, pull some of the trees forward. So Impressionism is just that. It's an impression of a scene. It's not precise in detail. It is an impression. It's an artist's impression of a scene. One fun comment I had the other week, fun, not fun, was, why don't you paint real flowers? And I was like, well, it's an artist's impression of a scene of flowers. So the whole point of making a painting is it's the artist's impression, right? So like I said, back to the confidence thing. People can jump in there and it's up to you whether they rattle your confidence or not. And of course, at sometimes people do. But what happens with that is good practice in answering the comments and questions about your art is having a good answer for good, or just having an answer for the comments that come in that people might say if you decide to post something and talk about the painting you made. Yeah, I don't love asking people's opinions. If I post a picture, I'm not going to be like, what do you guys think? Do you like my painting? I like it. I know lots of people will, but that also encourages people to critique your art. And if you're not up for that, don't recommend asking for people's opinions and what they think about your art, because really, if you like it, that's all that really matters, and other people are going to like it too. Why encourage the people to critique your art unless that's what you're looking for? If you want critique, go for it. If ask that question, you will get you will get all the critiques, honey. But that's not really what I do. I just post it. I feel like it's done. I like it. Other people will like it too. And there you go. I don't know where I was going with that, but mostly just kind of tips for being confident and how to stay confident even when people say things about your art that we talked about this in the last video about critiques. Paper towel, that's just what this is. I sell this too, so there's a link at the top description of this video if you're curious about even this paper towel. You can check that link out too. So back to the trees and the building of bushes, forest. And even when stuff gets a little too precise, I like to go in there and mess it up. But yeah, I really like it so far. I'm keeping with my pastel colors, pastel-ish colors. Which is great for the spring coming up on us. The snow has officially melted out my backyard. So yay for that. That feels good. It took forever for that snow to melt. Almost done with the trees, guys. Bear with me. Let us know where you're watching from. It's fun to know where everybody's watching. Tag a friend maybe who's never seen my videos before. That's always fun too. I'm just gonna grab a little more of this green gold onto my palette. Down here. And how did I choose the size today? Literally because I have to move some paintings around that I have all over the city here of Edmonton, and I'm in need of two 30 by 60 inch canvas. So this is literally the reason I chose this size today. And pastels, because this is the colors I'm working with, and I just kind of, I don't know, I opened up my iPad of all the different pieces I've done lately, and kind of want to pull back this one piece that I pull back out this one piece that I had done a while back that I really love, that I sold, and I just felt to do another version of her. And then again, they're not all straight. We got some pieces, some trees that have maybe fallen down. And leaning up against another tree. We mountain bike a lot as a family, so I love to spend time in the forest and get inspiration for paintings. Almost done. These trees back in here. Tap, tap, tap. Got a little gray. Maybe I'll touch this up later. Just get a little bit of gray on there. Great. Now I'm going to mess it up a little bit. I'm going to take my 1-inch flat brush and get some dark green and some brown and do some things. Just going to sort of pull forward certain trees. Pull forward that one. Let's do this one. Maybe different species are coming through a little bit. And they're not all perfectly straight. We got short ones, we got fat ones, we got tall ones, we got skinny ones. And then do something, I don't know, let's get some white, some gray. Let's kind of bring this boulder kind of rock. Pull it forward a little bit. Maybe there's another one over here. It's kind of pink. And then let's pull in a little bit of that like fuchsia color. And just kind of drag our brush along here. Drag, drag, drag. It's like making light. Okay, digging it. Let's do our water. I'll take our wet brush, tap, tap on our paper towel a little bit, and pull in a little bit of the water. Before I do that, let's grab our 1-inch brush and just make sure that we have enough of this dark edge. It's kind of wet because it's kind of pull in a little bit to our water layer just to give it some reflections. So pull in a little bit of green. And then we come in with our water that is white and blue. With our 2-inch brush. Start up in here. We'll just go back and forth. And leave some of the purple undertones. Not a lot, but a little bit. Drag, drag, drag. Nice wet brush, lots of paint. And we don't get uptight about it. It's water, not a big deal. Not a big deal. Some people get worried about it. Oh my gosh, what if I mess it up? Paint over it. Acrylics, magic, paint over it. Go layer by layer, adds texture. Nothing wrong with that. But what if I make a mistake? what if you make a mistake? What's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? Fix it. Or leave it. Make another one. You get better at it. Your confidence builds when we practice. And if you're too worried and uptight to make a mistake, you're never going to practice. That's like saying, but I'm not amazing at guitar, so I'm not going to practice. You will build confidence by practicing. But I'm going to sound bad. It's going to look bad. What will people say? Honestly, most people have nice things to say. Most people do. Give humankind a little more than that. Give them a little more credit than that. Just because you've heard maybe some negative things that have broken down your confidence doesn't mean you have to stop. It's all the reason to keep going, to do more of it. And give yourself more credit than that too, because you can handle criticism more than you think you can. I think we don't give ourselves enough credit. What am I going to do if someone doesn't like it and says something mean? I think you can handle it. Honestly, if someone says something mean or they want to chop me down with my confidence, it makes me more excited to paint. Well, first of all, people are being mean. I don't really care what they think if they're mean anyway. What do I care what they say if they have mean things to say? But you've been given a gift. It's meant to be shared. Or like, you know, you're track and field and you want to run and you want to be excellent at running, but you've never ran before. How are you going to get good at it if you don't practice? If you don't give it a shot? But what if I lose the race? What's the worst that can happen? You lost the race. And maybe next time you come second last. And the one after that, you come fourth last. And then you start to come in fifth. I'm just speaking out of experience from things, and make it a goal to be great at what you do. You don't have to be the best in the world at it. You can be your best at it. Hey, but if you're shooting to be the best of the world at it, find out how much time that person's spending on the thing they're doing and spend longer. But starting off with, I can't, and I can never, and I can't. Yikes, that's the wrong language. You can rephrase your sentences to, I can, and I will, and I am. And this has a lot to do with how we live. Now I'm just coming with my brush and I'm just doing some back and forth. Maybe this is like a flowing river. I would say this is not a lake. This is a flowing river along the water's edge. And it's discovering this beautiful scene of trees. And we're going to add some flowers down here. Let's pull in a little bit of that reflection of the edge of the forest here, the rocky it a little bit into the water. But not too much because it's a flowing river, so we're not going to see tons of reflections in this one. Grab our paper towel, let's just squeeze some of that paint off. And put in some more ripples in the water. Kind of dragging across like this. Confidence also comes with not apologizing for how you create or for who you are. Be who you are. Just because your creation doesn't look or sound like someone else's, it really shouldn't anyways. If you're creating, if you're a creator, it should look and sound like you. Again, your voice on canvas or your voice expressed through the wood or the clothes. We all can express ourselves in the thing we're making. I'm going to bring the water all the way down to this spot. And then I got like the bulrush is kind of down here with some greenery. The flowers and then a couple foreground trees. You know, some people say, how long is this painting going to take? And I say, it's going to take as long as it's going to take. Somewhere between 1 and 2 hours, I would suppose, for a size, painting this size. More than an hour, less than 2. Okay, I'm doing a little bending down. Let's pull up the easel just a little. Hope you're enjoying the video, and like I said, if you have questions, pop them in the comments, and I'm going to go back after I go off camera here and answer your questions as much as I can. Usually the comments like ticker through and I can't keep up, and today they're frozen. So that's okay. Just standing back having a look-see at what we've done so far. Leave a little bit of purple on the edges there. Now let's come in with our knife. Back to our palette knife, silicone palette knife, wooden handle, silicone edge, 2-inch. I sell these, they're very popular. I ship them all over the world. There's a link in the description of this video for all the materials that I'm using today. So you can click and purchase art supplies. I don't teach classes, I don't do master class, any of that stuff. This is the extent of my teaching, so if you learned something by watching my videos, love to know what you learned. Don't paint my paintings, paint from photographs. Take a scene that you really like and paint it and do your version of it. This is how we develop our voice on canvas. So I have some bushes here, so we're just gonna start drawing them in with our knife. And it's literally just up and down. We tap, tap, tap. We drag. Tap, tap, tap. Use some of that purple there. We got light green, dark green, some brown. I'm broadcasting from, maybe we could have started with that, Edmonton, Canada. So look it up where I am. I have gallery visitors every day. I sell all of my work. If there's most importantly, I sell art. My paintings are on my website, link in the description, but it's giselledenis.com. You can check out all the available pieces. They're divided up into sections, so if you click on shop art, it'll take you to all of the pieces I have currently available. There's about 150 paintings I have in stock right now. And if you click on, you can filter, if you're on your phone, you click filter and you can choose the category to look through. So if there's mountains you're looking for, or forests, or flowers. And then if you're on a desktop, you can go to shop art and then click on the category there too. So it's very easy to navigate. I'm making it sound hard because I'm painting and I'm trying to focus. It's hard to paint. It's hard to paint and talk at the same time. So I'm going to bring these bulrushes all the way across the bottom at different heights. So we kind of have some coming up a little bit here, and then we'll go across in different heights. We'll bring this up a little bit. Not all going the same direction. Put there in front, you can see the water in behind. We tap the side of our knife. We drag with the tip and to the edge. I have the image on my phone too, so I can see, look in there, look in here. Maybe I should show it again. This is what I'm painting today, guys. I'll show it once at the end as well. This is my photo of a painting I've done previously. So this is a great way to build a collection. I'm taking that square painting and painting it landscape and then changing the colors a little bit to be a little more pastel. The pastel mostly shows up in the flowers. Oh, I'm so warm right now. It was freezing in here. I turned up the heat and now I'm cold, or now I'm warm. Okay. I really like this one. I really do. Got to think of a name. So I always name my paintings. What I like to do, I don't exactly name it live. Sometimes I do, but I like to go through what I've previously named pieces, so I don't usually ever use the same name twice, which is getting harder and harder because I've painted nearly over 6,000 paintings in my career so far, and it's getting harder and harder to not use the same name twice, but it forces you to be creative, that's for sure. Forces your brain to come up with new things. Wearing gloves today, I have a cut on my finger, so this will prevent that paint to get through to my cut. Protects the skin. Paint can be irritating to your skin. It's quite toxic. It's acrylics, but it is more difficult to wash off your hands. It's just easy to slide the gloves off. Although some videos, yeah, I don't use gloves at all because some days it's just like, it's too much ick. I don't want gloves on my hands every day, all the time. Sometimes you just need a break. Some days you need that extra protection on your hands. Just about ready to do the flowers, guys, and then we'll put a few trees in the foreground, and then we'll be finished this painting. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you do watch on YouTube, you can fast forward the parts that you want to get through quicker. yeah, follow me on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook. Appreciate the love. Now, my sock's coming off. I want to add a little bit of color into the tree. So I've got this light purple up here, this medium violet. I'm going to tap, tap, tap into my paint, and we're going to come up into here and just tap, tap, tap. Some of this medium violet we're doing with our edge of our knife. And I'm holding it like you're holding a paintbrush. Hold it like you hold a paintbrush. Isn't that something? I'm laughing because I don't always hold it like you would hold a paintbrush. Tap, 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 tap. Just kind of randomly, selectively putting in the mauve. And then we've got medium violet, and we've got this pink too, which is creating that pastel color we wanted. And then let's drag in some of that white, pastel, and mauve into our grass. Just tap, tap, drag, drag. Creating highlights on the bulrushes down here. Some yellow, some white, mix that in, a little bit of green, orange. I like it. Okay, let's bring in a little bit of that brighter pink in just a few sections. Maybe here, just little bits. Do just lightening up this pink. We'll do one here. So now we're using our knife and going in with some bright pink, pastel pink. One up here, really adding texture. We'll do 1, 2, let's do 3 of those. Maybe a bigger one right here. Lighten it up even more with some more white, and then just like tap, tap, tap. Just using the tip of our palette knife. Tapping in some pink, some light pink up here too. Oops. Drag a line there, drag this, tap, tap some pink up there. Tap, tap, tap. Let's give them the center. These guys. I'm going to raise my easel up a little bit. Make this one flower a little bit bigger. Make them all a little bit bigger. Take off that excess paint off of our knife right on painting. Get a little orange, that center touch and some orange. Do a few little dupes of orange other places. And then a little tappy yellow. Tap in some yellow up here. What else we got going on? Let's do, oh yeah, I have a tree. I have a tree. I want to put in a tree, maybe, right here. Let's drag it in. Don't be afraid now. Using our knife, we will drag in. It's going to be about this high, coming here, all the way to the bottom. That's the trunk of the tree. Now we will take our 1-inch flat brush, a little bit of white, a little bit of green, and we will put in leaves on our tree. You've got darker branches and then some lighter ones. It's not perfect. Happy tree. Happy tree. Stand back, check out what needs to be maybe filled in. And a little color, a little bit of pink. Sometimes it helps to paint reaching. If you're always up like this, it's hard to keep perspective. So switch it up. Give the painting some space. Paintings need space. Like, hi tree, what do you want? How about a little bit there, and there, and there? bring the branches all the way down to here. A little bit of brown, a little bit of green. I need more of that green. Let's grab a little bit. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. So we're almost done, guys. 1:45 p.m. in the afternoon. I'm not consistent on when I go live. I'm doing them more often though. We are doing these more often. Often on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You can find me here. Monday to Friday, maybe 2 to 3 lives a week. But if you're like, I don't want to wait for that, you can check my YouTube channel out. All the videos are there. So just write my name, Giselle Denis, in YouTube, and you will see me there. Just pushing back the darks, pulling forward the lights. Maybe we have a few little blue highlights, light blue on the tree. Not too many. Let's do some blue flowers. Blue flowers down here. It's like blue-white. Before we do that, though, we need a little more white. So let's reload. Reload the white. So yeah, today's topic was, we talked about confidence. How you build it, how it can get crushed, what to do with it when it's crushed. Use the crushing as a reason to continue. No matter what you're doing in life, there's going to be people out there who want to crush you. But maybe in the crushing, you can get stronger and use it as a tool to develop who you are, your creative outlet. Use the crushing for your advantage. It's your choice. It's up to you. You can choose. So why not choose to let it build you up? This is Life Lessons Today with Giselle. These are just ideas, guys. There's just ideas. I don't know, see some of that? Nice color, just kind of accidentally see that on there. Let's pop it in a few spots. It's like it's like a very light green, kind of yellowy light green. I was gonna do blue flowers, so let's pull in, I'm gonna do like a blue daisy, a light blue daisy. When I was little, my dad read a book to me called The Blue-Eyed Daisy. And he called me, up till the day he died, his blue-eyed little girl. And so this is a happy little memory lane. Doing some blue daisies up in here. Let's do one here. I'm just gonna raise up the edge a bit more. When you're painting, it's nice to paint eye level rather than reaching, or, I mean, we all reach and stuff, but it's nice when you're doing a little more of the detailed stuff. Have it nice and close. Closer to your eye level. It's just helpful. Pastel blue. Sometimes the mixing takes a second. Do one here, it's gonna kind of come off canvas a little bit. fine. Let's keep going. We'll do another one, maybe a little lighter blue. We've got 3 of those, 2 of those. Let's do a blue one over here, kind of right here. Blue, white, bluish white. Wildflowers. Pop in a little more of those blues, light blue. I'm gonna do like a light yellow. We'll start with this color yellow, see how we like it. A little more mix. One here. One over here. Sometimes I get quiet when I'm painting just because I'm focused on what I'm doing. Popping some yellow back in here with the edge of our knife. Just randomly drag our knife, give it some highlights. This one's going to have center right here and here. These ones also have brown centers. I don't use a lot of black typically in my paintings for no other reason other than I just find it a little bit harsh. But there is nothing wrong with using black. People have told me you're not supposed to use black. You're not supposed to use white. And I'm like, then why did they make the paint? It's like telling, I don't know, a musician, you should never write a song in the key of F sharp. Stupid. Why would you say that? It's your creation. Paint it in the color you want. Write it in the key that you want. You're making it. It's up to you. It's your world. What were we doing? Okay, let's do a little bit of yellow, touch of yellow for the center. Touch of yellow, yellow, yellow. And then we'll just pull in a little bit, pull in a little white in our petals here. And people say, how did you decide this? How did you decide that? How did you decide this? And I'm like, it's not really decisions. I mean, it is, but it's more, it's a feeling. It's a feeling. It's intuition. Intuition makes me decide. It's like ordering on the menu. How did you decide? I just made a decision. I just chose. I didn't think about it too long. I just made a decision. And I went for it. Make a decision and go for it. If you're stuck and you don't know what to paint, literally say to your significant other you live with or a friend and say, hey, I don't know what to paint. Send me a picture to try painting. And this will get you going on something. Hardest part is starting. So, if you just need a little kick in the butt to start something, ask a friend, hey, I need a kick in the butt to start it, to help me. Help me. I'm gonna mix a little violet, medium violet. We'll do a grouping of flowers right here. We'll do purple, medium violet. Maybe these are a little bigger. One there, one there. Just with our knife. Yes, I love it. I just sold a lit painting to a lady and she sent me a picture of her and her husband holding the painting up, and it was in between them. And the picture of the lady and her painting was so cool. The painting, the flower in the painting was leaning into her. So pretend I'm the painting, and this is the lady who bought. It was like the painting was just like a pet leaning on the lady's shoulder the way it was situated on the canvas. It was the coolest thing. And it kind of almost made me cry because it's hard to say goodbye to paintings, but when you see one, like the look on the faces of the people who have a painting, it's so cool. So when you give something or sell something or someone has your creation, that is the coolest. When they're appreciating it and they love it so much, and you can almost see how happy the painting is, even your creation is. So keep on creating and sharing your creations, because you're gonna make somebody happy by sharing it. I do love those blue ones, so let's go do a few more of those bluish white daisies. This one's gonna be here. Okay, so I should talk about my next open house. If you are in the Edmonton area and you want to come to my next open house, Saturday, June 13th is the next one. So mark your calendars, come on out. There's a link. I should have put the link. Didn't put the link. I'll try and remember to do it in the comments after I go live, after I go off the camera, but it's an RSVP thing, it's free, but I just like to know how many people are coming, so if you can make it, I'd love to have you. It's my next art show to see my latest collection of works. I do these once or twice a year, so hopefully you can make it. Edmonton, Alberta is where I'm located, Canada. Nearly done this painting, guys. She's got a lot of texture. I'm going to give you a close-up view in a minute. Let's pop in some centers. Put this one and this one. This one kind of got lost, so let's bring it back. Should do a little more of that color too. Let's just do a little, bit of highlight, not too much. And then some purple, purple, purple. Pop in. That one kind of wants to be one of these. Let's do it. Paper towel, rag painting. Do some yellow. Let's just get rid of this color off of our. Let's pull in one more of those over there. Yeah, so I was going to take a paper towel, do a bit of these like greenish. It's kind of the same technique I did in my last video to do in the forest. The tops of the forest leaves. We used our rag. Just tap, tap, tap. Let's go back with our knife. Yellow, yellow, yellow. This is feeling a little stark down here, so let's do some things. Get some more established centers going here. It's awesome. It's watching it one time, which is super cool. It's like, I can imagine having that many people in the gallery right now with me while I'm painting. It's pretty cool. It's like you're all here enjoying the painting. Let's get a bit of yellow. Just kind of wake up the centers with this bright yellow. Come back in with our rag. Maybe some white. Don't want to overdo it. Just want to make sure it's like got good balance. But guys, I like it. Got this other pink. Maybe put a little bit of this in. Maybe. Let's see what else we need to do. I don't know. Oh, all of a sudden I can see all your comments. Well, isn't that nice? At the end of the video, this is where the comments will come in. I had a bad connection there for a bit, so it was kind of glitching, so sorry about that. But at least you can, I couldn't see you, but maybe you could see me. Hopefully it wasn't, hopefully the video didn't pause this whole time. I'm just putting some mauve, some violet purples. Et voilà, je suis almost finished. Je suis almost finished. I don't know how to say almost. Just gonna put in a little whoop whoop right here. Come back in with this edge of the water, just with my 1-inch brush. And then I'll give you a close-up. I'll come in over here, give you a close-up shot of the painting in a minute. J'ai presque fini. Oh, thank you. J'ai presque fini. Am I saying that right? J'ai presque, I'm almost finished. Thank you. Merci, personne francophone. Guys, my French, I know it's sad. My French is sad. Seriously, this whole time I couldn't see any of these comments and now they're all coming in. That's okay. Oh, I really like it. It's good to like what you make. It's good to like it. I love it. Oh yeah, let's add some some stems. I said it right! Yay! I'm just gonna come in with my knife and pull in some stems, some stemmage. Pour les fleurs, pour le jardin des fleurs. I'm probably saying that wrong too, but le jardin des fleurs, the garden of flowers, right? Oh, I forgot. I'm forgetting. I have one tree, but I want to do another tree. Do I want to do another tree? Yeah, I do. Okay, I'm going to bring us down a little bit. We're a little too high. J'ai près fini, je n'ai pas fini. Coming close, coming close. Let's do our 1-inch brush, flat brush. So see in my reference picture, I have a tree over here too, see? See? There's a tree over there. So I'm gonna put that one in too. Le jardin des fleurs. Merci. Merci. Okay. All right. Let's put in that tree over there. So that one's there. It's about this far from the edge. We're gonna do this one more in than that one. How about here? Where do I want it? Let's do it here. Just go for it. Don't be afraid. I'm gonna go up this high, and then I'm gonna pull in some more of this bush. And we'll do the dark. We'll do just a little bit up top there. Now this flower's gonna get messed up, so I'll come back and bring it forward in a minute. Don't worry about it. I want to pull this guy down here too. Let's pull him to here. This is balancing, so that's what I'm doing right now. I added that tree over there. This feels like it needs to come more to the edge of the water. That one ends about there. I like where that one is, so we'll leave that. Maybe we do it a little darker over here. Just balancing. Okay, and we'll do the lighter leaves, or tree branches, I guess. Make this one a little bit more bushy. And we'll just squeeze off some of that paint, add some yellow. I think my cat's dreaming. I just heard her funny sound. We got yellow, let's do a little pink. Standing back, giving the tree some space. Little touch of blue. And then the trunk kind of got lost. So we'll kind of pull it in a few spots, maybe here. This trunk got lost too, so let's pull it in a little bit. Not in the hole, just a little bit. Different spots. Maybe this one, maybe that one. Okay, now go back and fix that flower that we kind of messed up when we added the tree. Let's bring her back to life. She kind of got crushed a little bit. Let's go in and wake her up. Let's bring her back. There we go. Maybe another one here. I like that color so much. I'm going to pull her in over here too. Maybe here. A few pink flowers. Maybe one over here. Almost looks like butterflies. I added butterflies in one of my other paintings last week. Someone says, Carrie says it'd be cool to jump right into this painting. I love it. It almost looks 3D. It almost does, doesn't it? It's very thick, so if you were here, standing here, oops, that's the wrong color. If you were standing here, you'd want to touch it, which you could when it's dry. Touch, 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 touch. Just adding little globs. And then we'll go in with the little white. And then pretty soon I'm going to show you a close-up, and then we'll sign it, and then we'll be done. All done, all done. You guys, I don't wait to paint when I feel like it. I honestly, I don't know about most, but a lot of the time I don't feel like painting. If you're waiting till you feel like it, girl, you are gonna wait a long time. I don't have time to wait till I feel like painting. When you do it full time as a job, career, it can be tricky to get after it. We talk about painting uninspired. I wouldn't say I necessarily feel uninspired, but I definitely don't feel like painting every day that I do it. Sometimes the struggle is real, folks. I enjoy it, it's not that, it's just it's a lot sometimes. Feels like a lot sometimes. But I feel lucky I get to do what I love. Okay, I feel like it just needs something. I think maybe a little bit of orange up in here. Let's see. Now you probably aren't going to be able to see this. I just wanted one more color. Of interest. Yeah, I think that's what it needed. I'm going to do a little bit of that down here. Okay, there we go. More orange. Ooh-wee. I like it. Maybe just a little bit of, should I add a little bit of bright? Maybe this, just like a tiny bit. Let's just see. If we like it, keep it. If we don't, we'll paint over it. Let's just pull in a, oh, is that the orange? Is that the one? Yeah, that's the one. Just a little, see if it makes sense with this piece or not. Won't know if we don't try. Just like a little bit over here. You probably can't even see it, but I just was feeling tiny bits of this bright orange. Maybe I even tone it down with some white. Yeah. See how I toned it down a little bit? Maybe that's the color we're after. Just tiny touch. So let's paint over the dark, or the bright, and then the stuff that we toned down, let's just come over top where we touched it. It's like a fluorescent orange. I know it sounds weird to add fluorescent orange to this painting, but I was just feeling like a little bit of pop. And then I'll show you what that looks like close up. Maybe we added too much, I don't know. Let's just go over a little bit of it. And then come in with some yellow. You definitely overwork a painting real fast, so we don't want to do that. But the nice thing with acrylics is very forgiving and you can go over it. Okay, I'm going to take the gloves off, and that feels very nice to take the gloves off. I'm going to pop you off this tripod to give you a closer look. Yeah, so it's just going to get bumpy for a second. Let's just do this and flip the camera around. See, I've got, I'm going to flip it around so you can see my backyard. I have no more snow. So that's my house, and this is my gallery studio space. Maybe we'll do another video of a walkthrough, but no more snow. See, all these trees prevent that snow from melting so fast. So here's the painting, guys.
The massive easel, yes, I bought it online. There is a link in the top description of this video where you can purchase this massive easel. It's my game changer and it changed my painting life. It has this crank on the side that I can raise and lower the canvas. This easel costs as much as my car. Just kidding, not really, but it's expensive. So this is my right hand, guys. When in the video, it looks like I'm painting with my left hand. I do it that way so that I have the video flipped, camera's flipped, so I can see the comments coming in. Although today it didn't work. And now I'm seeing your comments. So here we go. Let's look at some of that close up. You can see that fluorescent orange that I added. We just mixed this bright pyrrole orange with some white and created that fun, I don't know, I think it works. I like it. Let's just see the texture of those flowers. Do a flyby like we're a bee. So this will go down here for the foreground of the flowers and the bulrushes. And then our tree, our second tree we added. There, it's the sky, our wispy sky with our mountains. But yeah, guys, like this is what you achieve with up close. It's messy, it doesn't make sense maybe, it's random, looks random. But then you stand back and go, oh, hello. Isn't that cool? So back to like, what the heck is going on here? What am I looking at? What is this? What is this? To slowly back away to see, even this makes a good painting, hey? If it was doing, like if we did like a tall. So this is what I do. I take sections of paintings and I make more paintings. And this is how you develop a series. So this one is 30 inches tall, 60 inches wide. I haven't exactly thought of the name yet, but it'll come. I'm gonna post a picture of it. It's gonna look like this, snapshot, this view. If you're curious and you're interested in purchasing it, let me know in the comments section and we will send you a picture and we can talk about it. So this is my palette. I'm going to take my signing brush now and take you over to sign it. It's dry enough on this bottom edge to sign. I have almost no white left, but let's make it work. Now this part's tricky, bear with me. I'm gonna try and sign it while I'm holding my phone. I'm gonna do it right here. I sign my art at the front and the back. Oh, my brush is very dried out. Not sure what happened there. Okay guys, let's make it work. Come on, little brush. What's going on with my brush? Hold on, I gotta wash it. It's all dry. Let's fix what situation. Let's fix the situation. There's some dry. This is hard to do with the phone, but there's some dry stuff on the tip of the brush. Okay, let's go back. Grab our white. Kind of messed up the signature, but that's okay. We'll come back into it. Maybe it's the paint. I don't usually have this much trouble signing a piece. There we go. We made it work. It's as messy as the painting. It's fine. So I sign it first and last name, and I write on the back my name and the name of the painting, the year I painted it. There we go. Giselle Denis, c'est mon... Ça c'est mon... No? Is that right? I always try and talk a little French in my videos. Not sure why, because my French is not that great. So guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have questions. I'm going to pop you back up onto the tripod here. This is our tripod. Flip you back around. So that's what we made today. So yeah, we talked about confidence in this video. So go back and watch from the beginning if you want. I'm going to post this video in YouTube also, so you can pause, fast forward, rewind, doing all that good stuff. What else? Don't paint like me, paint like you. This is what we talk about. Developing confidence, developing your style and your voice on canvas. This just comes with practice. Practice, practice, practice. How do you develop confidence? Practice. Practice showing your art. Practice talking about it. Practice answering questions. Practice showing it to people. This is how you develop confidence. Confidence is not something most of us are born with. It's something you learn. And just because you show confidence, it doesn't necessarily mean, because people say, but then I sound like a jerk because I'm sounding like, you know, I don't want to boast and boast about my work. It sounds like I'm bragging. But confidence is different than that. So don't be fooled by what confidence actually means. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Don't know if I have anything else to say today, but I appreciate you watching these videos. They're not easy to do. They're fun, and I love them very much. And thank you so much for tuning in. Keep watching, tag a friend, send comments. We'll see you next time, and you can set notifications on your devices for when your favorite pages like mine go live next. So be sure to do that, because I'm not consistent, but artists aren't that way, so I know you love me anyway. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.